Good morning, everybody. Oh, it's going to rain. And welcome to Farm Sim 19 on Oakfield Farm Farming Agency Edition. My name is Osa. We are playing our penultimate episode, at least what I intend to be our penultimate episode. And it is the same day we left off from the sunflower harvest. And actually, I want to get a contract. Seeding, sowing, that one. This is a ridiculous contract for us. But I kind of messed up with all the seeding we've done. As you can see, there's been some seeding going on in the field just to our right, which is now full of oilseed radish. Whoa, dude, what the heck? Okay, there's a huge bump in the road, which, yeah, hush. There we go. Okay. Well, that would explain the hassles we've had before, where I'm driving down here and go sailing into the tree. And I wasn't paying attention to the speed, but I was probably going over 45 miles an hour, which seems to be a critical speed for this thing. Anyway, what was I saying? So yes, I've finished off all the fertilization contracts. I have been seeding oilseed radish. You can see in the field just to our right, that is complete. Actually, it was canola in the field opposite the place where the wood goes. Take it easy. 70 miles an hour up here is A, illegal, and B, unadvisable. Oh, jeez. Great. Now we have to go back and find somewhere to turn around. And in the real world, it's raining here too, which is a pain in the butt, because I did some pruning of a couple of shrubs in our front yard. Well, actually one shrub, and have been waiting to burn it off, and unfortunately it's done nothing but rain since the day I did that. So that's gonna not happen for a while. Okay, let's pull this forward here. And I guess I can... oh, that's also not good. Sounds like we have thunderstorms in the area. So I might need to disappear. Oh, come on. Seriously. I walk round to the tractor, I get in the tractor, and it puts me in the Land Rover. Okay, let's go. Go, go. And there. Let's fill that up. So yeah, this morning I either have a mild cold, a case of COVID, or a deadly case of the man flu. But I have not been feeling well since Thursday. And of course, following teenager logic this morning, I was asked, oh, if you're not well enough to go to church, can you drop me off there? So I don't know, if I'm not well enough to go to church, I'm not well enough to be driving on a highway with crazy people. So we will see what happens tomorrow, but... okay, I can actually take that truck back to the yard. Actually, I should take it down to the store. But first things first, we will crush the trailer with the cedar. Nope, missed it. Good. Lower that, turn it on, and off we go. Now this should not take me long at all, considering the size of the field. That's why I said this is such a ridiculous contract, because when you consider the size of our machinery and the size of this field, it's probably going to take us a couple of minutes. And we'll be done, even if I don't do it all the way up to the edge. And we are at the edge of the map. So there's probably, yeah, that edge of the map there. Although it appears at this edge of the map it's actually along the hedgerow line rather than along the field edge. I believe this is the last actual numbered field. The field ahead of us can be worked, but it's not not a numbered field that you can purchase. As you can see, I accidentally sprayed liquid fertilizer all over it because, hey, why not? Now last week we did buy a couple of pallets of canola, I think it was, and I loaded the seeder up with it, and I was hoping I had estimated correctly, and we ended up with a little over 300 litres of seed from all the fields that I needed to plant of mine with canola, which I was quite happy with. And then I got back to the farm and discovered, well, actually there's another 800 litres of seed at the farm, so well. I wouldn't have been quite so concerned with running out, and also I would have easily been aware that we'd had sufficient. I'm always trying to end up with less than a full pallet, so if we're below 2,100 litres of seed, I've made a good estimate on the purchase of seed that we needed. But obviously, because we have the realistic seeder mod running, we do have a few thousand litres of seed back at the farm of variations of seed that we're not going to be using anytime soon. But it is what it is. We will. And that's why sometimes I don't mind doing a seeding contract, because obviously if I've got the seed available, it's kind of no additional cost for me to actually do this, especially if they're requesting seed that I'm not intending to plant anything with. So since we're at the end of the playthrough, I have to go back and reseed a little bit of my canola, because unfortunately the worker took some oilseed radish through a couple of the fields I'd already planted, which was a little bit of a poor show. So we'll go and fix that. I don't have to. I mean, it's not like we're planting the crop and we're going to be harvesting it. This is purely if we were going to carry this on, this is what we need to do to get the farm into next year as a going concern, as a viable concern. So, excuse me. We'll get paid for this. We'll get credited with another +1 in contracts completed, which is basically what we're doing here. I still don't think I'll hit 100 before the end of next week, especially not since most of next week will be winter and selling stuff. There are a ton of baling contracts to do, but baling contracts are very labour intensive, and we already have our clover field sure to be ready to bale in the coming weeks as well, or in the coming days as well. Okay. So I'll take us round here. So what news do I know about this week? Oh, Black Sheep Modding. Their John Deere 40 series has been dropped onto FarmSim 22 Mod Hub. So yay. I actually like those tractors, and it can be a very cheap option for starting machinery that's fairly capable. And I could do something crazy like buy 2 or 3 of them, which would let me run workers and get more jobs done. So that's always a possibility. How are we doing? 83%, okay. And then it's 20th today, so I don't know much else happening in the coming week. The week after, on the Tuesday, for people who play Train Sim World 2, there will be the first steam trains in Train Sim World 2. And they're modelling, I would believe, 1950s, yeah, maybe 1960s, probably 1950s. Liverpool Lime Street to Crewe, which is actually a journey I've taken in more modern times. I mean, not that I was around in the 1950s, but yeah, I was travelling from North Wales to Liverpool, and I did that 3 or 4 times, I think. So when I did it, the trip from Crewe up to somewhere about halfway was by diesel multiple unit, and then it was electrified from there to Lime Street, so you had to change trains to actually do the full trip. Plus the trip down the North Wales coast was usually hauled by a Class 47, so that was also fun. I think most of my mainline travel in the UK was generally behind a 47. I am taking advantage of the whole seeder doesn't plant seeds if there's already seeds in the ground. We're at 98%, so somewhere in the next row we'll probably be done. And there we go, contract is complete. Raise that up, fold it up, and what am I doing? Getting paid. 4,000, yay. There is also one cultivating contract on field 39. Oh, that's new. Fertilizing on 36. obviously the concern is when is the weather happening, and that would be, oh, right about now. That's interesting. Is that my field? That's not actually my field. Okay. I didn't notice this path before. Now that on the right is my field. And right here on the left is where the worker went totally crazy. And planted a ton of oilseed radish. So I now need to figure out where that needs to happen. We're not quite far enough yet. So right about here. Now, one of the fortunate things is canola and oilseed radish are not heavy seed users. So, I should have sufficient seed in the tractor to do all of that. Bounce back to him. I'm pretty sure I do need some more oilseed radish because we got 2 more fields to plant, and they're not small. Well, one is, but the other isn't. So I will buy a pallet while we're at this end of the map. I think I'm gonna say we are done planting for today, especially if it's gonna rain. There's the cultivating contract, although if it's gonna rain, that's not exactly convenient. Oops, careful. Way too fast. So yeah, what with all the sickness the tail end of this week, I really haven't had much time to investigate more fully Farm Sim 22 maps that I might want to play on, although there are a number which look interesting. Not all of them are on the mod hub. What am I looking for? Oilseed radish. That's down the end here somewhere. There. So, entirely possible that I may while this map is available on the mod hub in its basic form, this is the Farming Agency edition, which has additions like Maize Plus and other fun bits and pieces that yeah, that'll be a while, that make it a little bit more complicated. I can't remember whether Oxygen David included the soil map on Oakfield Farm Base Edition, but this has its own soil map for precision farming. It has its own geo for weather. So it's not the mod hub version of this map. But since we played with, since we added precision farming, obviously the idea was let's play it as intended, or however you want to think about that. Okay, I'm going to take this back to the yard again. Hopefully our challenger is doing the challenging thing and overplanting all the canola. It's probably going to miss some bits. Why are you sat there? Interesting. Oh, jeez, you've got to be kidding me. Okay. He's now planting 25? Dude, not cool. Get out, jump in that, turn the worker off. You are a moron. I have no idea where there's canola or where there's oilseed radish in either of these fields, but we now have to fix both of them. Fortunately, he only went down that field the once. So, I think this is the end of the section that got planted. Fortunately, you can't plant in the field north of here, west of here, east of here even, because I don't own this one. But I can drive through the hedge and guess. Oh yeah. So I think I can probably set this off on a worker and it shouldn't go heading off over there. And then I can go grab the Land Rover, which I was intending to take back to the yard, so that we can replant field 30 with some oilseed radish. And we can dump the canola seed on the back of it. Right there is good. Oh. Good. And that was kind of my fault. I should have thought, because it came out of 30 into 27, that overplanting in 27, there was always the risk that it was going to go gallivanting off into field 30 again. So, how are we looking? He looks to be fixing things. That's a good thing. Oh, and I keep forgetting about the oilseed, the clover silage down in the BGA. So we have ended up with a few periods of the digester being empty for a while. At this point, the main goal is to have it all sold off before we put some more down there, because we will be harvesting clover, possibly next month. Or maybe not. Why is that yellow? Okay. Oh, there's a couple of missed bits of clover in that field, so we didn't see them. Okay, I need to clear off that top bit and we should be good. That's definitely good. Hold it. Thank you. We can back up a bit. And then we'll just turn it on. Turn across here. And across there. I think that should be good. Certainly looks like it. Okay, that is all the canola we're going to need, and we still have 408 litres left, so yay. Let us unload that. Oops. Drive all over the Land Rover. Yay. And I can put all of the oilseed radish in here. Also did a little bit of restocking on the sheep field, so we have an adequate supply of silage, hay and sugar beets to feed them for a few days at least. And that is done. Let's try not to crash into stuff. Or let's try and crash into stuff. I don't care. Okay, that's folding up. We can put the canola back on the truck. Nitrogen bad. That's good. That can come off, that can come off. And okay. Wrong button. It's directly ahead of me, so I'm guessing right about here is where he went gallivanting straight through. So hopefully that is about as accurate as it needs to be. Off you go. Actually, that looks like a fairly good angle. It's picked up 270, which is what we planted this on. So when we get to the bottom of the field, we'll call this pretty much done. And then I have 18 and 20 to plant with oilseed radish later. We already have weeds growing. Marvellous.